Jason here. If this is your first time checking out our channel, thank you for stopping on by. As you know, or you may not know, we just get right into the topic. We ain't gonna waste any time. So let's talk about the risk of moving to Thailand without a solid plan. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. So I've run into quite a bit of few people who have moved here, and unfortunately, they're ending up having to move back home to the States per se, or different parts where they're from. And the main common thing what they ran into is not having enough savings, right? Which is crucial. Another thing is misguided information, how easy it is to thrive in Thailand. I would beg to defer on that because there's hidden costs that happens, right? So for instance, right, if you end up in some type of accident, right, and you don't have proper insurance, first of all, you still have to pay out of pocket and then you get refunded for it when you pay out. But assuming you actually have insurance, a lot of people come here, they don't have proper insurance, which is mind-blowing to me, right? It's so mind-blowing because I was in a situation myself, I didn't have insurance. And guess what? I had to pay hundreds of dollars out of my pocket because I've gotten into an accident back in Phuket. So another common thing is people come here without a proper income. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. People, they literally coming here winging it with maybe they have just like a few thousand saved up, not even a lot, right? And, excuse me, food in Thailand here, the things are spicy. Literally when they're cooking, you can taste the spice, right? So literally finding themselves in a jam because they don't have like a proper income. They don't have a stable job. And then they come here and trying to figure out what they're going to do next. That is so, so dangerous. Trust me. So, so, so dangerous. You guys, I'm pleading with y'all as I normally do. You need to have a solid plan before you move to Thailand. Meaning, if you're going to be working a remote job, you need to have a stable remote job because your money will run out. And when your money runs out, you have to find yourself heading back home, right? You will find, that's my friend over here. You will find yourself having to head back home. And when you get back home, what happens? You're depressed because you feel like your sense of, failure, right? But you're not a failure, right? The thing is, we're just misguided on the information on the internet. Maybe you're a YouTuber or whatever the case may be, advising to just pick up and go. No, we always have to assume we have a plan B, right? We need to assume that things ain't going to be perfect because life ain't perfect. Things happen. That's why we need to be prepared and having a strategic plan, right? So it could be easy as knowing how much money do I need to stay afloat if I came here, whether I was working a job that I'm working remote, say my contract ended, something happened. How long realistic time that I can go will give me enough time to figure out the second job, to finding something else per se, to finding a new job, right? So I go about things for a practical standpoint, saying, you know what, if I lost my job, I have X amount of money saved up, whether for 6 months, I already know the type of positions I qualify for, how I'm gonna go about finding another contract, whether I'm working or do I have other potential options here in Thailand for us? Like if I'm looking for, a type of job here, local in country, what would I qualify for? Because most common jobs here is to being, a teacher, right? Because most Thai jobs are protected here. So it's not easy back home in your country, right? That you could just, all right, go fill out an application online and hopefully get an interview pretty quick. It doesn't work like that here. Most Thai jobs here are protected, right? They're protected. So I just want to, let you guys know, I created more than an ebook. We created more than an ebook, meaning we teach people how to plan strategically coming here into Thailand, whichever part, meaning how much money should I have saved? What's the plan B? The jobs options? Or can I apply for something ahead of time? What that will be looking like? The proper insurance, having proper insurance set up. Also, I meant to say as well, having the community aspect, right? Because it's very important that you build friendships, build a sense of community out here, right? Because people come here too, they get pretty lonely because they have no friends. We're coming out here to Thailand to, enjoy life. I've been living in Thailand now for a few years now, and it wasn't easy, right? There's so many things that I wish I have known before I moved here. I would have saved myself so many different headaches. So this is why I got so inspired, because I felt like there were so many misinformation out there and setting people up to fail. Literally, when you don't have a plan, the average time people end up having to head back home, 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months seems like the average, because, and the common reasons: running out of money, right? They lost their job or whatever, ran out of money. 2, the unexpected cost of getting into an accident and literally had to wipe out the savings that they had. Literally wiping out their savings. Now end up ultimately feeling stuck, feeling lost, feeling hurt, and not sure what to do next. So it's really important, guys, that you actually go about things from a practical standpoint, that you can now set yourself up for success, because you already had that plan B if things ever went wrong, right? Things ever went wrong. Okay, I already planned for this, so I'm set up. I'm prepared for it. Versus not being prepared, now you're scrambling and saying, you know what? I have to head back home. I can't. What I'm gonna do? And it's very disheartening to see how some foreigners are coming here too, literally homeless. I see some of them homeless on the streets. It is mind-blowing to me. I assume they actually came here, right? They had something when they got here, because how would they would have gotten here, right? They booked their tickets and stuff like that. So it's very, pretty sad to see. So I'm on a mission to help people make a practical plan for themselves if they're looking to live here long-term in Thailand. So we're going to figure out the visa, the proper visa. We're going to figure out the job. We're going to figure out the savings, right? Because we go down to the grit to make sure everything checked out before you book that flight. So if you like what I'm saying and it resonates with you, or anyone potentially moving to Thailand, definitely, check our ebook, grab our ebook, or I personally do a one-on-one call if you need more guided advice. And if you like this information, definitely give a like and subscribe and share with someone before they decide to book that ticket. Make sure they have a plan and a strategic plan. See you guys on the inside.